Hi, my name is Ben, and today I'm going to tell you the plot of the anime Sabikui Bisco. And yeah guys, I know my English is so bad, but I just started to learn it. Well, I hope you understand me. And yeah, right now subscribe to my channel and let's go! A man arrives at the Gama Imihama prefecture border outpost with his face covered with bandages and a heavily loaded cover wagon. He claims to be a monk, but his travel documents cannot be read by the scanner. He says that he is heading to Imihama on a pilgrimage, but the guard is suspicious of his identity. Criminals from Ganma prefecture try to cross the border, cross the road desert to get to Imihama, and a guard points to a poster offering an 800,000 reward for Akaboshi. Man-eater Bisco. Meanwhile, in the city of Imihama, mild-mannered Dr. Milo uses his talents to help stupor residents and cut deals with the governor to acquire medical equipment for his research into the rusting disease. He secretly buys mushrooms on the black market to help further his research into a cure for the disease and save his infected older sister, Pavo, who is also the captain on the Imihama watch. Suddenly, the center of Imihama is attacked by man-eater Bisco, and then he turns up at Milo's clinic. The monk at the border is revealed to be Rust-eater Bisco. He fires an arrow into the ground, which spots a giant mushroom enable him, his giant crab Akutagawa, and his partner Jabi, who were hiding in the wagon, to be lifted over the border. Jabi is dying from rusting, and Bisco plans to take him to Imihama, hoping that Dr. Milo can cure him. In Imihama, Bisco gives Milo a Lurker's mushroom to help cure Jabi, but they are interrupted by Kurakawa's elite forces wearing bunny masks, who open fire on the clinic. Bisco fires his arrows, which create giant mushrooms, enabling them to flee. Kurakawa berates the mercenary Ohagama Tyrol for allowing them to escape. Milo's sister Pavo dons her uniform as of captain of the Imihama, watch and goes into action on her motorcycle to apprehend the wanted villain, Akaboshi Bisco. Bisco awaits Kurakawa's forces and captures one of the bunny masks, who turns out to be Ohagama Tyrol. However, before he can question her, he is confronted by Captain Pavo. Why Milo gives Jabi a blood transfusion to help heal him. Captain Pavo attacks Bisco. Bisco tries to explain that mushrooms consume rust rather than spread it, which is why they are often seen at concentrations of rust, and that he is looking for the legendary rust-eater mushroom. Jabi explains to Milo that the rust-eater mushroom is rumored to be near a nest of monsters at a place called Weeping Child Ruin in Akita prefecture. Bisco subdues Pavo with a drug arrow and reunites with Milo and Jabi. Milo ingests Pavo with the serum he made from Bisco's mushroom, and then offers to join Bisco to seek the rust-eater mushroom. While Jabi recovers, Bisco reluctantly agrees, as traveling mushroom keepers operate in pair like a tag team, and they head for the north gate. Bisco fires an arrow into the ground, causing a giant mushroom to sprout beneath them, which catapults that over the wall. After escaping Imihama together, Milo and Bisco trudge out into the desert in search of the rust-eater mushroom, hoping to find it before Pavo and Jabi succumb to the rusting disease. Eventually, they come across Bisco's crab Akutagawa, which hit during the events in Imihama. Milo struggles to ride the giant crab, but he finally manages to control it. Later, the pair stop by an all-abandoned gun, a placement at Nikko Sanjogahara, to rest, and inside they find Chiro, struggling to breathe. Milo quickly saves her from a balloon worm that Kurakawa secretly planted inside her, which expands without regular doses of an inhibitor. Chiro repays the favor by trying to sell them some of her goods, but they only buy a box of biscuits. Chiro dumps out a jug of expired coal-based fuel that activates the facility, which is built on top of a giant mantis shrimp. With Bisco's help, Milo is able to direct Akutagawa and stop the shrimp's rampage. However, it fires off one last cannon shell that blows up the mine entrance. Bisco hopes to use to pass through the Ashobonokal Mountains to Niigata. Bisco and Milo take an alternative route across the Kalfaro-Sheslan Sea wasteland and arrive at a ruined city. When Bisco grabs a boy carrying a watermelon, they come under fire from armed children. The armed children of Tetsuchi-B town demand that Bisco releases that boy, but Bisco reveals that he is the wanted criminal Akaboshi and surrenders himself. Later, a child explains to Milo that schools of giant blowfish rise up in winter and threaten the town, and that the adults have left to work for Kurakawa in Imihama to earn enough money to cure the rust which he said was infecting the children. However, Milo explains that the children suffer from shellskin, and he provides a cure which the children can then easily manufacture themselves. When an unseasonal school of giant floating blowfish approaches the town, Bisco easily frees himself and successfully shoots down the blowfish with his arrows, which burst into huge mushrooms on impact. fact. Meanwhile, in an abandoned city, Pavu sees an old couple who are being menaced by a giant spider. However, Pavu discovers that the ghoulish couple have been killing out the other inhabitants and travelers and plans the same fate for her. She attempts to apprehend them, but they set off a massive explosion during which she escapes. Back in Imihama, Kurakawa exposes Jabi, who has been pretending to be a member of his bunny mass enforcers. Bisco and Milo trudge through a snowy wasteland where they stumble onto Tiro, nearly frozen to death. Milo saves her life again as the three continue their way aboard Akutagawa. Tiro repays the favor by helping Milo Butter with some Shimobuki, traders who speak a different dialect. They arrive at the frozen entrance to Kitsunezaka station, which Akutagawa breaks open. Milo, Bisco, Tiro, and Akutagawa follow an old subway tunnel and find an automatic rail car, but it is activated by yen coins, which no longer exist. That evening, while flipping through the field guide to Laughing Konokidani, guidebook written by a mushroom keeper that they acquired from the traders, Milo finds information about the rat-eater mushroom found on a giant flying pipe snake. Using her mechanical skills, Tyrol manages to hotwire the rail car, so Milo and Bisco part company, leaving Tyrol as friends. After finally exchanging names, the rail car runs into a pack of oil slimes, but Milo is able to destroy the parent octopus. Like slime with Akutagawa's help, Milo and Bisco emerge from the tunnel and arrive at the edge of a valley where the rat-eater mushrooms once grew. They see the giant flying snake, but have no idea how to bring it down, as Bisco tries to work out a plan. Pavu speeds towards him on her motorcycle, seeking revenge for taking Milo. As Pavu attempts to seize Bisco, the giant flying snake re-emerges, forms the valley, and grabs her with their fingers, like appendages along its side. Milo has Akutagawa jump onto its back and wound it with its claw, forcing the snake releases Pavu, but it grabs Akutagawa's claw with its long tongue. In desperation, Milo serves Akutagawa's claw, but the double-headed snake swallows both him and Bisco, who tries to save him. Bisco manages to kill the snake from the inside with his mushroom-creating arrow. Bisco then tastes one of the Matsutake mushroom attached to the body of the snake and declares that it is not the rat-eater, but Milo discovers that it reacts on contact with Bisco's mushroom keeper blood, enabling him to make a rat-neutralizing serum. Kurakawa rides overhead in an airborne vehicle to take the giant rat-eater snake's body, and he shoots Bisco with a rat bullet. Before departing with the snake, Pavu has a change of heart about Bisco, even calling him cute, before she leaves from Imihama with some of Milo's anti-rat serum to cure Jabi. However, when she arrives back Shimobuki base, she finds her main gun, and Kurakawa's holding Jabi. Bisco tries to follow her, but he is too weak from his wounds, so Milo injects him with some serum and prepares to save Pavu and Jabi himself. Thanks for watching the first part, don't miss the second part, subscribe to the channel, and yes, write in the comments how you like the video, it will help me to create new videos. Well, you have been with you, see you later, bye bye!